welcome Cowboy Ron.
Well, I'm so honored that you're still speaking to me and coming back, and I appreciate the many people that looked at this, and I've done some thinking about it. The trip, I only made it one day, so considering I was wanting to go out for 60 days, I guess if you looked at it that way, it was a failure. So I wanted to talk about, because let's go back to 3 reasons I did this. It wasn't all a failure. I wanted to get to really bond closer to my border collie, like Scooter too. And that happened. And the dog surprised me. He came through like a champ. Also, I wanted to encourage other people to dream more. Just because you're a senior citizen, you don't have to sit around and watch television all day long, drink lemonade, and wait to die. You can do more than you realize you can do. So if I've encouraged anyone to get out and enjoy the country and exercise more, then we know that will extend people's lives. And from that point, I'm proud of it. So what went wrong? As you know, I tried 2 different trails. I found a nice one about 20 miles east of Show Low at a trailhead. It was a nice trail, but part of the problems I had, and the reason we didn't make it was all my fault. If I had listened to my wife more, I would have done better. I could only get my backpack down to about 75 pounds. And I was worried about running out of water and stuff. And I'm 81 years old. So that was part of the problem. In fact, it was hard to get it on my back. So we started up the mountain. We went about 1.5 miles. It was all straight up a steep hill. About halfway up, I had to stop and rest. I took the backpack off. And I couldn't really get back on my back by myself. I had to roll around a little bit and found a little cliff, and I finally got up on my back. Then I walked about another 3/4 mile and got, really pretty high up. And I found a nice little campsite. Now, so far, I thought I was doing good. I figured out how to put the tent up. I never even had tried to put it up before. It was a 2-man tent, they said. And I was happy. I got a sandwich out that I packed, Italian sausage sandwich, and sit around the fire. I took a little shots of whiskey. But when I looked at my tent, one of the poles had already cracked. Okay. But I thought it would be okay. I got in the tent, and the second thing went wrong is a sleeping mattress I bought. Now, the sleeping mattress came from Walmart. It was not the cheap one. I paid $50 for it. But it wouldn't hold air, but I've slept on floors before, so that didn't bother me too much. But then I had to go to the bathroom, and when I got out, the tent completely broke. So I pulled the sleeping bag out. I hadn't got under it yet because it was warm. So I pulled the sleeping bag out, and I'd never been in the thing. When I bought it, I stood it up, went in down by my toes, and the other end seemed like it was going to fit, but no, I couldn't get it zipped all the way up. So now I don't have a pillow, and I have to kind of roll part of it up to get in there. Well, Scooter did real good. I wrapped his leash around my hand so he couldn't wander off in the dark. Well, a couple hours later, my legs are stiffening up. I needed to go to the restroom. And I was real close to a tree. I crawled over on that. But when I grabbed the branch, it broke off. So I had to crawl on my knees for about 20 feet to relieve myself. Then in the dark, hope I'm putting my hands in the right place, got back in the tent. Now the sleeping bag, my wife begged me to check it out, and I said no, I thought it would fit. And it would only come zipped up just below my shoulder. Well, the night gets colder. In fact, the water in the canteens froze up. But somewhere about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, I imagine, Scooter was able to get in that sleeping bag a little bit with me. Now, whether it was because he was cold, or maybe it was because I was starting to shiver a little bit, but it did mean I had less tent over my head or my face. And I sleep for a couple hours and have to go outside again and crawl around. Well, when the sun came up, I was glad. It was beautiful. I do remember looking at the stars, just so many stars. I mean, I looked up at the sky and I thought that I was as close to God as a human being could possibly get. Well, I got out, and boy, I couldn't get up off the ground. So I crawled over about 20 feet to a tree. Once I got up, I could walk stiff-legged. I was going to make a fire, but I decided against it because I couldn't move around as fast as I wanted to. And there were so many twigs on the ground, dry, ready to burn. And we'll talk about forest management in a few minutes, but I felt like if I got a fire going and it got out of control, because I wasn't moving that fast, I might not be able to put it out. And also, I asked my wife to come in and pick me up, because without a tent, there was no way I was going to make it. If the tent had stayed, I would just rested for a day and then walked. I figured the way I was going, I could walk about 3 miles a day, starting out with. So got a sandwich and started trying to pack up. So I want to talk about what failed me. Well, I had too much weight. 75 pounds was just too much for me to carry. In fact, to get it on the shoulders was almost impossible. If I could get it up on my one sleeve and find something to pull me up, I was okay. So a couple of things that went bad was the weight. I should have got a lighter sleeping bag and got one that would fit me. That would have been a big difference. I had a thing called a bear bag. Now, you can't do away with the smell of food in plastic bags. This I've done the research on. And they're not too expensive, but I got too big a one. But I had no problems. The bear bag was in possession. I went to give Scooter water, and I had a little hard time because part of the canteen froze up. I had to chip at the ice to get the fresh water to pour out. A couple other things that went wrong. Should have had a more expensive knapsack, one that would fit me. And I need to get my weight up. At the gym, I'm able to press about 260 pounds with my legs, maybe 20 times. So I'm going to work on getting stronger. I'm able to go out and walk 20, 30,000 steps a day, and then go back to the gym and work out a little bit. Now, the tent was El Cheapo, and that's been put it kindly. I don't remember exactly which store I got it from. So I know I got it from one of the stores up in Sholo. Problem with both stores, there was nobody there that done any backpacking. So when I'm planning my next trip, I'll probably go to Cabela's or Bass Pro and get somebody that's actually done it. Now, it was interesting. I couldn't get the pack up on my back, and I went and looked it up on YouTube, and the more people make requests, the more topics you have. There was a lot of on that showing you the proper way to do it. You need to open up the left sleeve if you're right-handed, or the shoulder thing, and you need to put it on your knee and just do it. So I learned that. I'm going to see about getting more hydrated foods in the future. I'm a finicky eater, but Scooter was great, and I walked back down. Guess I was tired. My wife said I slept in the recliner for 7 hours. I would apologize. I know people were following me, seniors especially, and I'm sorry I let you down. But it was my fault. I should have done more research. And, and they say you live and learn. If you live, you're doing pretty good. I guess I'm no worse for it. I checked the obituary in the newspaper this morning. I didn't see my name there. So until next time, please come back. I'm going to start doing some editorials on political. Maybe look up some more Western history characters. I got tons of information here. And Scooter did really good. He toured a lot. He was perfect in that camp. Very patient. But how he got in that sleeping bag with me, I don't know. He didn't get all the way in the first time. He could only get halfway in. And I tried to give him a little more cover. But looking up at all those stars, it was truly an adventure. And we say we give it another try. Good night. God bless.